Okay, so here's what we need to know about these characters that we're going to be fighting. This is our detective board. Yang, the leader. Trained and raised by my father in Shifu. We were close, he taught me a lot over the years. He disappeared with his wife and daughter when I was still a child. He came back years later and murdered my father in cold blood. He now lives above the city and runs a traditional healing center, but he doesn't appear to be in touch with the world. The Sanctuary, a refuge for the terminally ill, it grants them access to a range of traditional healing methods to try and alleviate their pain. It has gained a strange reputation over the years thanks to its so-called medical miracles. And this is his area. So we're going by the character and then where they reside. Zhang Feng, the CEO. Alongside my father, Zhang Feng was highly renowned and respected among the city's kung fu masters. She was always the first to defend the underprivileged and helpless and always held a strong sense of justice. I don't know why she turned against them, but she will pay for that. Now she has become the head of a vast and extremely powerful corporation. She's still helping those in need, albeit with greater means, but her sudden increase in wealth is very suspicious. Koroki, the artist. Koroki's past is hard to investigate. All I know is that she is Japanese and rumors tie her to the underworld. Something must have happened to her something must have happened to her to force her into exile here in China. She now runs an art museum. She works there day and night on her most ambitious exhibition to date. Notice they all have their own color schemes to them. Let's see the museum. The museum is a brand new high class building financed privately. Sean the fighter. I met him several times when I was a kid. Our fathers knew each other as kung fu masters. I can't believe he took part in their deaths. He's involved in an event called The Burning taking place in the club. I need to get there early when it's not too crowded. An infamous nightclub in the city. The owner is a good friend of Sean's. I remember his father complaining about the guy's attendance at school. It appears the clientele aren't much better. And it's supposed to be the club. And our last character, I had to come over here to grab him. Fajar, the botanist. He's the one who cut my throat that night. He's first on my list. He works for a gang as a botanist and never leaves the workhouse. The squats. This used to be an industrial district. Once work dried up, everyone left. The gangs took over and it became a no-go zone. Now we know that. Let's go over a couple rules before we hop into the game. So this pendant, it increases after each death. It increases its death counter. So if you die, it'll increase your death counter. Let's say starting by 1. If you die again, it'll add that 1 to your death. So let's say you start off as the age 20, you die once, that's a death. So then you'll be 21. If you die again, you'll be 23. If you die again and you didn't defeat a boss or a mini boss or anything like that, the pendant death won't go down, and so you'll end up being like 26 or something similar to that. If all the coins break, then you cannot live. But I don't do that. I don't know. Okay, structure. So structure is gonna be at the bottom when we're playing. Uh, it's impacted every time you hit an enemy and every time you hit the other enemy. If you hit the enemy enough times or break their structure and they'll be open to attacks for a short time, the same goes for you. Deflecting and parrying can also break structure, and we're going to need to know that when we're fighting these bosses in order to get the true ending. Avoiding attacks generates a small amount of structure, so if you want to be good at this game, you're going to have to parry and you're going to have to dodge in order to keep your structure from breaking. Mixture of both is the Kung Fu way. And then, yeah, enemies, once their structure is broken, you can do a takedown on them. Some enemies have special attacks, so you'll see enemies that glow. You'll see enemies that they'll either do like an orange glow, and that means either they're gonna grab you or they're gonna do like a heavy attack. So just dodge them at all costs. And then some attacks can be punished. So sometimes you can hit an enemy right before they're about to attack you, and that'll daze them. You can throw enemies into each other, that'll daze them. And then you can sometimes stun an enemy if they get dazed enough. Yeah. Okay.